Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is mcpeachpies and today I'm doing a video that a few people have requested and I've also been meaning to do it for a while. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my videos. So I've been meaning to do this for a little while now, just because I've of course changed the way that I record quite a lot recently and I've managed to get it to a state where I'm happy with the quality. So there's a few different points I want to go over, a few different things, just the way that I have everything set up. The programs I use, what precautions I take, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just get started, I guess, in the way that I record. And yeah, hopefully this will help a few guys who record get their videos to a good quality. So let's get started. Okay, so I just recorded that intro clip without having a document already opened. So what I usually do is I usually go to Screenflow and I go to configure recording. Unfortunately, I can't open that while recording, which is a bit of a shame, so I can't show you guys exactly what I have everything set on. But what I can do is take a screenshot of it and show that right now. So as you can see here, I have it set to make a 1080p document. So this is important in terms of how your computer records and how you export your videos. Now you can make it bigger or smaller if you want, but that's completely up to you and how good your computer is. But 1080p is usually what everyone, like, it's kind of like the baseline, I guess. Any higher is unlikely that people will be watching it at that, and then any lower, 720p is okay. Nothing wrong with 720p, but if you can handle 1080p then it's probably better. Okay, so now that we're getting into the whole Inception layers thing, I should probably mention what I do is if I have a document like this that is my screen size, which is actually an aspect ratio of 16:10, which is not how YouTube likes to display things. It does it at an aspect ratio of 16:9, which is how most monitors and TVs and stuff like that are, but just because I've got like a laptop, that's the aspect ratio. So of course I want to have that to 16:9, so I need to go into File on Screenflow, document settings, and then I need to go down here and change it back to 1080p. And so what this is going to do is it's going to crop it. Now because I'm recording the whole screen, I want to be able to capture the whole screen for the sake of the video. What I usually do is I will take so I've got two inputs. I've got the actual video clip and the sound recorded, and then my microphone here. So what I do is I will select both of these, copy them, paste them back in here. Then I'll select both of them. Sorry, I'll select all of the clips, and then I will hold down Shift and drag so they're like this. Then I get the two clips that I want to do like this, and I've just moved them, so I'll undo that. And then I hold down Shift again, and I grab the corner and I stretch it out. Sorry, I don't hold down Shift. I just hold it down, drag it out normally, so it stretches it out. And I'm just remembering now, these actually need to go below that. Just because then what I go and do is I go to video filters, I add one, and I go to blur and add a blur. I usually use that one, and then it just blurs the sides like that. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the program I've came across that has saved all the quality of my recordings. So now I have a Retina display computer, meaning that the actual size of it, pixels wise, is pretty much 4K, which is great for when I'm using it because everything looks really crisp and really pristine, but for recording it is a nightmare. Because the issue I had recently, before I came across this program called SwitchResX, I was about to call it ScreenResX, which is completely wrong. Anyway, SwitchResX, what this allows me to do is change the resolution of my screen. So by default that's what it is, of what I had it usually set to. But then here what I can do is I can change it. Sorry, this is what it's usually at. So it's usually at 1080p with a high pixel density, which is what makes everything really pristine. But then so changing it to the normal 1080p here, 1080p here, but the 16:10 ratio means that it will record that size and not this size, if that makes any sense. Because what the high pixel is it renders everything at 1920 by 1200, which is 16 to 10, but has this actual pixel size. If that makes any sense, because what Screenflow does is it doesn't capture like windows, it captures the screen itself. This might get a little bit confusing for some people, but I hope you guys can make sense of what I'm trying to say here. So then when I record at this rate, it's going to capture just that and not how it's being displayed, which heavily saves on CPU usage and was allowing me to now record proper 60 FPS and all that stuff. So this program is a lifesaver, and also this also lets me change the aspect ratio. So I'm going to quickly switch to that now and show you guys how that changes the recording. I should also quickly mention that for these blurred clips in the background, you will want to mute them just so you don't get any duplicate audio. That's what I do anyway, of how I edit these. Right, so you're probably noticing the difference straight away, and that is that there's no blurred part and it now takes up the full screen. Because what I've done here is I've changed it to proper 1080p at a 16:9 ratio, meaning that it won't take up my whole screen on my actual laptop itself, but visually the screen is being rendered at 16:9. So this is a good help if you say want to be recording something on full screen, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so it turns out I can actually record while I have the configure recording window open, but just for the sake of the video I'm going to have it as an image so it can be blown up on the screen. So as you can see here, to record at 60 FPS I set the desktop frame rate to automatic. That's just so it records at the refresh rate of my screen if it can. So by using the SwitchResX it can actually handle recording 60 FPS at the 1080p. So that's why that program is so helpful. And then stop recording after 0 minutes 20 seconds. That's for like if I'm recording say a little clip for the outro, or when I made the time lapse for the intro, I set that record for 20 minutes and then just sped it up. So that's for the like second menu, I guess, for new recording. And then on the first menu, the main menu, record desktop from color LCD. So that's just because I have one monitor, just my laptop screen, which is color LCD. If I had a second monitor, then that would come up there. With Screenflow, you can also record screens from any iOS devices, such as iPhones, iPads, iPods. So you don't even use iPods anymore. Anyway, so I don't have any of those, so I don't need to worry about that. Record video from, you can record it from a face cam or a wireless, like say, I don't know if there are Bluetooth cameras, but USB cameras, stuff like that, webcam. I don't use that, so I don't need to worry about that. Record audio from your microphone, so that's where it'll have all the options for your microphone. I'm just using my headset. And then record computer audio. This is a Screenflow option. It is a lifesaver. It's its own driver, so you can just install the driver from here, and then if you tick that box, it will record any sound from your computer. So you don't need to worry about using Soundflower or Audio Loopback or anything. And it also means that you can change volume of your computer while you're recording, which is a lot more helpful, because with say Soundflower or Audio Loopback, you can't actually change your volume. So that's really helpful, that driver there, and I think it's really helpful that Screenflow has that option. I quickly want to show you this. I have a document here that I just have titled video content. Now I use this document a lot. It's like a template document, more or less. So as you can see here, this is where I keep all the so here we've got the outro clip, and then I've just got a little block here so that I can get the spacing right between the outro and the final clip. And then I've just got some placeholders for the ending clips as well as some text. So this is the same for StarMade. Here I've just got a template for titles. There's the StarMade intro, and I think, yeah, that's just a blooper, or yeah, blooper noise. And then this was just me having some repeating looping sound until the intro music actually continued playing. So having a document like this can be quite helpful if you do have, say, a template for an intro or something. So I just wanted to quickly share that with you guys. Okay, so now it's time for the more technical part, I guess. When I export a video, I don't go publish to or anything. I like to have the video saved as a physical file first. So here's what happens when you open up the exporting options. Here's what I have it set as. So scale, custom size, that doesn't matter because I have it set as 1080p, the document. And then I think by default it has the web high option, But what I went and did is made a custom preset. So, sorry, if we go to Manage, and then we click the Add button, we select, say, the web high one, and then we go Add, Copy Preset, and then if you click Edit here, so I record my videos at 60 FPS, so I want to export them at 60 FPS, so you can open this up and change it to 60, and now the data rate, kilobits a second. YouTube, I'll have this website linked in the description, but there's a Google help page, and YouTube recommends exporting a 1080p 60 FPS video at a rate of 12,000 kilobits a second. So that is that. I did that, and that works fine. It means that my videos export a lot faster with a smaller file size, but I like to have a higher bitrate, so I'd usually do mine at 15,000 kilobits a second. This does mean that my videos are a lot larger file size and have a much longer exporting time. And because my computer doesn't actually have like a physical graphics card, it just has Intel internal graphics, my videos take around an hour to export per 20 minutes. So what I usually do is when I wake up in the morning, I sometimes will turn it on, get that video exporting, go have breakfast, shower, stuff like that, and then come back and get uploading. Or I will get it exporting and then go have dinner, watch TV, blah blah blah. So basically I export when I have some spare time to do stuff other than being on my computer, or I'll have it exporting while I'm, say, just browsing the internet or stuff like that. But it does severely slow down my computer. So if you have a good graphics card, then you're probably sussed. But because I don't have like a physical graphics card, it means that exporting is something that you just gotta wait for. So that's my data rate and a whole big spiel. I just leave all profile, I'm not entirely sure what all that stuff is, and then sample rate for audio, that's just like kind of like the bit rate, so it's the quality almost of your audio. You can go for either. The higher is probably the better, but it just depends also, you know, on how you want it to be set in, and same with the data rate here. So the data rate here is identical to the data rate there. Sample rate's just kind of like quality, more or less. And then mono and stereo channels, so if you've got 2 channels of audio or 1 channel of audio. Also, I quickly want to point out, I forgot to mention this, so I'm just going back in while I'm watching this over editing, that every time before I start recording, I turn the Do Not Disturb on for notifications in the side menu bar, as occasionally I do get little notifications pop up, whether it be for Twitter or whatever. So make sure you turn that on, that way it won't show up any pop-up notifications while recording. So as I mentioned before, if you're recording at the 16:9 ratio, then you'll probably be wanting to play in full screen, that way you can capture the whole game at the right aspect ratio. However, when I record, I usually record still at the 16:10 ratio, but I load Minecraft as a resolution of 16:9. As you can see here with the window. That's just mainly because I like to be able to see if Screenflow is recording, also say the time, and anything like that. But the issue with this is sometimes things pop up like, say Skype, if someone starts calling me all of a sudden or something like that, they sometimes pop up above it, which is a big issue. And say if I was to go down here, then it would show up all these little things in the recording, because what I usually do is record it and then crop it out to be the right size. So I'll quickly show you what it looks like if I was to switch it to the 16:9 ratio. So you might not be able to really notice the difference if it was the actual like gameplay itself, but in terms of how I make the videos, this is a lot different because my screen is now not being taken completely up, it's just the area here because it's using 16:9. So if I put the mouse up here, you'll see that this is actually the top of it, and then if I put it down here, then these will pop up. But like by default, they don't pop up if I just put my mouse down here or up there. So this is probably a lot better if you don't mind having your screen a slightly bit smaller, not being taken fully up, and you can't see any of these things up here. Well, I hope this helped you guys, and I hope it helped you to understand a bit more how I record and a good way to get recording on a Mac, because it can be a bit tricky in terms of how Macs work. So again, the programs I use are Screenflow and SwitchResX. I have them both linked in the description below, as well as that page I mentioned, that Google page on good quality settings for exporting to YouTube. So let me know if I missed anything, because I'm rather concerned that I have. I kind of went over everything quite quickly. So I hope I haven't missed out any key details, but it's pretty straightforward. The setup that I've got and the way that I've managed to get into the rhythm of recording is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. So I hope it helped you guys out. But again, if I did miss anything, then do let me know down in the comments below, because I'd love to help you guys out. Also, if you'd like to see a video possibly on how I stream, because I'm quite happy with the way I figured that out. It's pretty straightforward also, so if you do want to see that, let me know. And if there's anything else you want to know how I do it, like thumbnails, it's pretty straightforward, but anything like that, do let me know. Feel free to tweet me, leave me a comment, stuff like that. I'm always happy to help. So yeah, I hope this did bring some light to you guys on a good way to get recording on a Mac, considering, like I said before, Macs are quite silly. So hopefully you guys will have a bit more understanding now. So yeah, do let me know if I missed anything, but other than that, thank you everyone for watching. My name is mcpeachpies, and I'll see you later.